Christianity and the idea that Jesus of Nazareth was the Jewish Messiah, which is a foundational, doctrine of Christianity, in modern times has flipped back in a really unfortunate way for example, Muslim Palestinians. In the narrative is one of Christian fulfillment of the Jewish scriptures, and that's why the Christians call the New Testament in some kind of polemical kind of sleight of hand called the Hebrew Bible the Old Testament. It's kind of there. You see the kind of appropriation that tends to go on there. But in the run up to the creation of Mandate Palestine, which gave rise to the state of Israel in 1948, there was a lot of this kind of Christian magical thinking going on about what kind of apocalyptic work was going on by Christians in the West, creating the land, allowing the Jews to return to Palestine. And there was this specific sense that was very prominent in England that if England or the English power structure were instrumental in allowing the Jews to go to Palestine, that would trigger the return of Jesus. It was called British restorationism.
And they actually believe this as something like a fact,
a very widespread belief among religious leaders in England and in the United States, and it's kind of a tenet of what's thought of as Christian Zionism. So, we think of Zionism and it's a very significant phraseology about political Zionism, the idea that the Jews should return and create a homeland in Israel. The motor for that was Christian attitudes that they should do this, and it was not. Barbara Tuchman, I don't know if you're familiar with Barbara Tuchman.
No.
She's a historian. She's passed away now. Has written some beautiful popular histories, and one of them is of this story, and it's called Bible and Sword, which is the Christian attitudes that led to the creation of a Jewish homeland in Palestine. And one of the interesting things that comes out of the story is that the enthusiasm among the British leaders for doing this was not because they were sympathetic to Jews.
Mm-hmm.
They were arguably anti-Semitic in that they wanted it for Christian reasons, eschatological reasons. And part of this belief was that if the Jews returned to Israel, that they would magically see the need to convert to Jesus, to become Christians. And
wow.
So yeah, this is unimaginable to us. But this was not 3,000 years ago. This was, we're talking about like 1910,
mm-hmm.
That this was going on. So I gave another one of my classic long-winded answers to your question, but a narrative like that is convoluted,
mm-hmm.
but it shows how holding on to these traditions has dark implications down the road.
That answer your question, Saeed?
Yeah. Um,
Eat the mic.
Don't eat the mic, Saeed.
Sorry about that.
I'm just making sure that I'm being heard. Sorry.
You're fine. Go for it.
Okay. So going into the final question, what we would like to know is what are some key perspectives that don't get enough attention within this